What's going on, Ape Nation? AMC kicked off the month of June in spectacular fashion. It closed out the day just above $32, which was an incredible gain of more than 22%. In my non-financial advice opinion, things are playing out perfectly. Before the long holiday weekend, we were talking about two important things needing to play out. Basically, this weekend, a lot of people were seeing their friends, their family, and spreading the good gospel of the Ape Nation as it relates to AMC and really GME, and it looks like that did happen. I mean, we gained over 22%. The volume was 475 million. Very, very good for us. And number two, we were talking about how Memorial Day weekend is notoriously good for the box office, and check this out. Right here, A Quiet Place Part 2 shatters expectations with 57 million Memorial Day haul. Very, very good. That's clearly a fundamental driver for AMC. And on top of that, don't forget that F9, Fast and Furious 9, will be hitting US theaters at the end of June. And then to start off July, we have that massive, massive Marvel movie, Black Widow. So from just a fundamental perspective of what's going on with the business, very, very good. And then on top of that, interestingly enough, we all started our days off with this. So they filed this 8K, and right here, on June 1st, 2021, AMC issued to MATFFE Capital Management 8.5 million shares of Class A common stock. Just so you know, Class A common stock, to the best of my knowledge right now, that's the only type of stock. Class A, Class B, that's all about the different types of voting power. Right now, to the best of my knowledge, all of the types of stock in existence as it relates to AMC is Class A. Most likely that's what I have, that's what you have, now that's what MATFFE has, or I should say had. This story is going to take some interesting turns. But they raised $230 million. The company intends to use the proceeds from the share sale primarily for the pursuit of value-creating acquisitions of theater assets and leases, as well as investments to enhance the consumer appeal of its theaters. If you want to know more about this, just so you know, Adam Aron did have I think it was a 5-tweet thread explaining what was going on, how this was a positive capital raise for more acquisitions to strengthen not only the fundamental nature of AMC, but to increase its market share. But this story does take some interesting turns. So this happened on June 1st. They had 8.5 million shares. And if you do the math on this, it comes out to $27 per share, and some odd cents. But then right here, FUDrick, this is from Market Rebellion. FUDrick, AMC is massively overvalued, has sold entire stakes. So basically, they told their clients that AMC is massively overvalued and apparently got out of their entire position. And if you look at the timing of when a lot of people were reporting this, it was very closely associated with this drop at 12:45. Basically, it looked like it was about to run, and then it got hit. And the volume kind of does match up. Like, I don't think this was all at once. They were probably selling at various points, but a big chunk of it was right here. As of now, I just want to warn you that we have to find out more about this. We don't have all the details of the situation. From the best of my knowledge, we will find out more about what is going on specifically with this when Adam Aron speaks with Trades later this week. Just so you know, so don't throw out any wild theories just yet. Let's wait for all the information to settle. As of now, just saying that, here's my current opinion. What they did, I would consider to be malicious. Why do I consider it to be malicious? Well, yes, they did make money. I agree with that. But the fact that they did this so publicly and telling everyone that it's massively overvalued, obviously that's spreading FUD. And on top of that, look at this timing. They intentionally dumped it during the lunch hour when they know that there's less volume. When you sell so many shares in a low volume environment, obviously you can have more of like pretty severe results, which could lead to hitting stop losses and actually lead to true capitulation. I personally believe that they took their profits and then beyond that tried to attack it. And right now I have no proof of this. It's just a theory. I would not be surprised if they actually took a short position. And really now this is at the point that I'm putting on my tinfoil hat, but it doesn't take much research to find the connection between Ken Griffin, Citadel, and right here, look at this, comes up twice. And just so you know, this is on right here, Schedule 13D. It includes any person who directly or indirectly shares voting power or investment power. So there is a connection between this and FUDrick. Once again, I want to reiterate, I'm throwing on my tinfoil hat, but it didn't take much. You just Google search it and you start to feel like a detective or like you're drawing the twine of all the connections. It does seem crazy, but hey, if you find anything else, I do implore you to do your own DD of what's going on here. And yeah, they did make money of what was going on. in that profit, but right here, if you look at it, they were down 15%. So even the millions that they made in that gain, they lost more in market cap. So it was a net loss of a day for FUDrick. And honestly, I think karma, good. I'm happy karma did this to them. I honestly am. So weird storyline, but overall, to wrap that up, I just want to clarify, we do need to get more information, and I think that will be coming out closer to the end of the week. So let's not make any crazy assumptions yet. Let's see what's truly going on for all this information to become public. Let's talk about Ortex. This, no matter what, this is going to blow my mind. So to start today off, we had a short interest of 17.49 and we ended the day at 17.87 because there was a net borrow of 2.87 million shares. The borrow change was up by 5 million. So there was 5 million shares taken out against AMC today. I just don't get their thesis. It's a ego, hubris, pride play, and they're just putting gasoline onto this fire. They really, really are. So with that net change, we're over 135 million shares on loan, and there was a net borrow. So I bet we are creeping up or at the 100% utilization rate. And just in terms of the days to cover, we're at 0.47. If this is the first time about you hearing about any of these terms, I do have a video on this channel. I believe it's titled Know These Terms, and I explain exactly what's going on with all of those. And it is beneficial if you're kind of confused about these, check it out, at least so we're all on the same page. We're referring to the same thing. So that's what's going on with data. And finally, let's talk about some of the technicals. Awesome action. I mean, look at this. AMC gained 22% today. Over the past week, it's up 134%. And if you go from last Monday until this very moment in time, it's up 166%. If I have these numbers right, so if the stock closed at 30 today, I just want to clarify that I'm understating it because we actually closed at 31.58 or 32.04, and right now we're at 31.58. So at $30, at 30, so I'm understating it, Ortex reported that the shorts were down $336 million on the day. And don't forget, this isn't counting all the fees that they're paying for the cost to borrow. And from last Monday until this very moment, they are down $1.5 billion. And that's if you use $30 as your mark. We closed up $2 higher, which means, I mean, right there, case closed, book closed. The shorts are really hurting right now. They are down a serious amount of money. And I don't care if you're calling us dumb money because we're making a dumb amount of money. And the situation does look pretty dire for shorts. In terms of technicals, we close out the day at 32. I'm going to be watching the next resistance around 35. And from there, 36.72, which is the all-time high for AMC. And once we get above that, I'm just going to wait for price discovery to play itself out. We need to see the new levels of supply and demand. Of course, we can watch the key psychological levels of 40 and especially 50, but really, I'm not throwing any targets out there because we just have to see how things plays out. But right there, once we get above 36.72, I think that this thing is just going to keep ripping. That's what I have for you today. Very, very exciting day to be a member of the AMC Ape Nation community. Things are playing out perfectly. I'm very excited to see what not only tomorrow brings, but the remainder of the week. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget about all that good YouTube algorithm stuff. If you want to drop a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. It just gets this video in front of other people. And until I catch you next time, best of luck in the markets.